Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayashat Davidat, the house of David. This is Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp. I am Ayah Shatad.
I'm Karatazah.
I'm Cologne.
Coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds, you are the true children of Israel. All right? 1/3 of the nation of Israel will believe upon this testimony that is given, will believe upon the true names of Yahweh, which mean He is, He to be, He exists, Bahashem in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He saves, He delivers, He is salvation, Bahashem in the name, Rakakadash, Holy Spirit or Spirit Holy, will believe upon this testimony that has been pushed for the last 40 plus years. All right, starting with Abba Bivens, King Masha, High Priest Ariah, and the men that are under them, all the way to our apostles now, head Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakah, the elders and the bishops, all the way to the newest brother, making their body a living sacrifice, teaching the 100% doctrine. 2/3 of the nation of Israel will not believe upon this testimony. Therefore, will have to perish. Will have to be canceled, deleted, and come back through the loins of the elect. All right? The elect, 144,000 elect men, the multitude of the men, women, and children whose father's line goes back to the nation of Israel. All right? This is going to be a various topics lesson. All right? But Lord willing, be edifying unto the body. We're actually going to start off talking about birth. All right? The birth of Yahweh Shai and the conception. All right? And how important it is to understand that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai had to be born of the flesh. Okay? To die and to suffer for the sins of his nation. All right? A prophecy could not be fulfilled without that happening. All right? So it is imperative that you have that understanding of the conception of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? The conception process of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Salakia.
Right, because the immaculate conception, as as Christianity calls it, is a false doctrine.
God. Right? And it will lead you astray. All right? So the scriptures, will therefore tell you and let you know all things if you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see.
Right, and that's has always, throughout history been tied into other false, gods, idols. It goes hand in hand with idol worship and a Queen of Heaven spirit.
Yep. But,
mythology.
Yep. Greek mythology, Egyptology, Scientology.
Anytology.
Scientology.
All right, but
I don't know if it's in Scientology, but
right. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and get into these scripts, and I don't want to Ratazah be edifying unto the body. You got it.
This is Luke 2, starting at verse 4. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth in Judah, into the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house of the lineage of David.
Right, to understand, that Joseph, is the house of the lineage of King David. All right? It's important to know that, because where was the lawgiver coming from? All right? The lawgiver, Yahweh Shai, was coming from the tribe of Judah, out of the lineage of King David. Mm-hmm. All right? So it's important that we understand who his father, his earthly father was, all right, and what lineage he came from. Therefore, we know and can identify where Yahweh Shai's lineage came from. All right, which is the lineage King David, because who had the promise? Who was the promise given unto? All right, first and foremost.
Yeah, and when you have the the understanding, it all ties in with prophecy.
Yep.
Yahweh Shai is what the Yahweh Shai, his testimony is a spirit of prophecy.
God.
I got a precept.
Yep.
Just to prove the point the brother was making, Genesis 49:10, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Right. Shall the gathering of the people be, and the lawgiver, that lawgiver, it said Shiloh, we know that as Yahweh Shai. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The scepter shall not depart. What is the scepter for? To rule. To rule who? The nation of Israel, and ultimately the whole world, but first and foremost, it is for the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
All right?
And that word Shiloh, goes into peace.
Yep.
Which ties in with
Prince of Peace.
Yeah, Prince of Peace, or King of Righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
Melchizedek. All right. The high priest, which we know to be another, incarnation of Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
I'm going to read down. It's verse 11. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's coat unto the choice vine, he washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
God. Hey, and who was prophesied? Salakia, it just slipped my mind. Prophesied garments.
Yeah, you're thinking of Isaiah 63,
God, the
right?
water.
Where Isaiah, Isaiah saw the vision, of Yahweh Shai's return with dyed
Garments from Basra.
right?
The water. I was trying to get it out. It wasn't.
Meaning that he was coming back to destroy, in any fashion, of his choosing. Yeah.
You want to pull it?
Yeah.
Are you good? Okay.
Yeah, you got it. You just go ahead and pull it.
Oh, this is
Since you're right there.
Isaiah 63:1. Who is that cometh from Edom, from dry garments from Basra?
Dyed garments.
Yeah.
He said dry.
Oh, dyed garments, the water. This that the glorious of his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Right. And who is he that saves and delivers? Hey, it's Yahweh Shai. All right? Yahweh Shai tells you throughout the whole scriptures that it is him. All right? Prophecy lets you know and gives you the indication of who it is. All right? Where he's coming from and what he's coming to do. All right?
Go ahead and read down to 3.
Yeah, come.
Please.
Continuing. Isaiah 63:2. Wherefore art thou red in thou apparel, and thou garments like him that treadeth in the wine vent.
Wine press?
No, it's wine vent. VAT.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. I have
wine fat. It's wine fat. In the wine fat.
I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's just the V threw me off. VAT.
It's wine fat.
Wine fat. Okay. So like
it might just written different.
Yeah.
In that.
Continuing 3. I have treaded the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trouble them in my fury, and their blood should be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant.
Right. So this is Yahweh Shai, treading in that winepress alone. All right. Hey, why? Because Yahweh Shai was coming to do away, is coming to do away with Esau, Edom. He's coming to subdue the nations, all right? But correcting his nation first and foremost, all right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, all right? Because the judgment starts in his house first. But let alone, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, a prophecy gives indication of where Yahweh Shai is going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
All right? What tribe he's going to come out of and how he's going to come. All right? He's going to come with great might.
Right, I just tied, 2 or 3 prophecies together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Showing the cohesiveness of the scriptures.
Yep.
And also showing that Yahweh Shai was there from the beginning.
Yep.
You know. Sorry, I had something
Yep.
slip my mind. You got it.
You still had you gonna do the pre?
Yeah, you got one more on that?
No, that was it. That was
Okay.
3.
I got this pre. This book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 16, and it reads, I, Yahushai, have sent my my angel to testify unto you these things. In the church, I am the root, the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. All right, so here it is. Yahushai himself, he said he sent his angel, his messengers, to let you know that he is the root of David. The promise came unto who? Who did Yahweh promise? That his throne would be everlasting. All right, that he would give lineage. All right, to a house that would never fall, an everlasting kingdom. All right, it was King David's root. All right, being Yahushai. All right, you had something?
Well, I'm grabbing it right now.
Okay.
It's gonna be in, I believe it's Matthew. Yeah. Let me just see where to start.
Yeah, you had a pre too?
No, I was just
Okay.
went back to Luke.
Yeah, this is a. Yeah. I'm gonna grab it in Matthew. Yeah, I went to the wrong.
Slovakia.
I wanted to say though, make the point, that when it said that, Yahushua would tread the wine press alone, that's because he's the one that's going to be issuing out, first-handed this, this Aspa,
Yep.
the deliverance and the overthrow of this queendom, is coming, through Yahushua.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, because he was the one ultimately that gave Esau his power.
Come.
All right.
I got Matthew
Yep.
22 and 41, and it says, while the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahushua asked them, saying, what think ye of Hamashiach? Whose son is he? They say unto him, the son of David. He saith unto them, how then doeth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, Yahweh said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand till I make thine enemies thy footstool. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son?
Right. You got it.
Therefore proving, one, reincarnation. We know that, spiritually, if you could receive it, Yahushua is King Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And but how does David, King David, call Yahushua Lord? Which during this time, Peter was calling Yahushua Lord.
Okay. Right. Hey, and that's something that you got to believe through the Spirit. All right, because Scripture says it. All right, but this is where your faith has to take place.
Yeah,
all right.
Understanding reincarnation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said there is nothing new under the sun.
Okay.
All right. So, lining the scriptures up, lining the scriptures up, and having faith, all right, and wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures will lead you to the conclusion that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's word is just and true, all right, and that it never contradicts itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you have to be willing, to listen to the scriptures in their entirety. All right? Open your heart, which is your mind. All right? And get out of the way of the Western philosophy and all these other false doctrines.
Mm-hmm. Folly, man.
All right?
Okay.
You got it.
Back on Luke. Okay. This is Luke 2 and 5. To be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered.
You're right. His espoused wife, his mate. All right. His if you go into the word espouse, all right, it's gonna say promise to. Okay. But hey, we know the consummation of a marriage, hey, makes marriage. Okay. The act of intercourse, all right, solidifies that marriage. All right. And then on top of it, as you go further into the word espouse, it goes to say, I believe it's, what was it, in the NIV or NLT? It might be in this, I think it's lucky. I think it's in the Spanish dictionary. All right, where Apostle, I think Ramla, if I remember correctly, went further into it in a different translation and pulled out that word espouse even more. Can somebody, matter of fact?
Well, espoused comes from, in Spanish, is esposo or esposa, which is husband or wife.
Right, husband or wife. Right,
Yeah.
and that's what I wanted to bring out a little bit more. All right, but here it is. Hey, if you don't know and you don't understand, this devil will try to trick you. All right, because it just says promise to. All right. But here it is, hey, when you get into the etymology of words and you look up the words and then you think and you look up the time period where those words were in, all right, you will clearly understand that Mary, hey, was of a maritable age, being a young virgin, okay?
Yeah, so in etymology, espouse, it says to take as a spouse, marry, take in marriage, join in marriage, from Latin sponsare, make an past participle of spondere. It says make an offering, perform a rite, promise secretly, hence to engage oneself by ritual act. All right, extended sense of adopt, embrace a cause, party, etc. You know, that's it.
Right. Hey, so we know, hey, that being a spouse, hey, Mary was Joseph's wife. All right? If you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. Okay? You got it.
Did you want to read 21? Jump to 21? Go on.
Jump to 21.
This Luke 21. And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child, his name was called Yahushai, which was so named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb.
Right, before he was conceived. All right? To be able to conceive, all right, a woman that conceived was to what? Has to receive seed.
Yeah. Really conceive, breaks down into take.
Yep.
You know. She got took, by Joseph. And she took that seed.
And she cultivated it. She brought it its turn.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I'll get the wisdom of Solomon. I'm right here.
Oh, 7?
Yep. This is going to be Wisdom of Solomon. It's going to be chapter 7 and verse 1, and it reads, I myself also am a mortal man like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And in my mother's womb was I fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. All right, so here it is. Hey, the scriptures clearly tell you, all right, that you have to be compacted through the act of intercourse, your father ejaculation into your mother's womb, during the act of consummation of the marriage, which there leads to sex.
Bang, sugar, bang, bang.
All right? That a woman conceives the child. There's, I'll continue to read. Yeah, and it reads, verse 3, and when I was born, I drew in the common air and fell upon the earth, which is like nature, and the first voice which I uttered was crying as all others do. All right, so here it is. It's saying all others, when they came in the world, when children come in the world, what is the first thing they do? Hey, they cry. They take the breath of the first breath of life.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if that baby's healthy and breathing, and if everything's going right, that baby takes a breath. Okay. Let's just say that's the easiest way to say it, I guess, right there. All right, verse 4. I was nourished in nursed in swaddling clothes, and that which in that with cares, for there is no king that had any other beginning of birth. No king. So who is Yahweh Shai?
Oh, he's a king, Lord of lords.
So if the scripture says no other king, no king has ever came any other way, how could Yahweh Shai come from a spirit? How could he be born from an angel spirit, the angel impregnated Mary, to be a king of kings? There's no other way. The scriptures will not contradict themselves. All right? It is not the scriptures that lie, it's men that lie on the scriptures. Okay? Due either to their lack of understanding, they err not knowing the scriptures, or a pure wickedness and deceit.
Okay.
And I'm going to finish on verse 6. Verse 6, and it reads, for all men have one entrance into life, and the light going out. There is no way that you can come into this world but besides a woman's womb,
the crown,
receiving seed, a man giving a woman seed, her cultivating that seed and fashioning in her womb for 10 months while that child is being compacted in flesh, blood, bones, bone marrow.
You gotta go through the matrix.
Yeah, you got to go through the matrix.
Every time Neo went back into the real world, we had to go back through that same process.
God had to go through the same process, such as reincarnation.
God.
All right, you have to go back through the same process, to come to this earth and to live this life again. All right.
So there's no other way
There's
to get here.
No other way. All right. If you come any other way, you are not of human origin.
Yeah.
You are of a spiritual origin. All right. You got it.
Yeah, I got it. This is Genesis. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. And
Yep.
This is Genesis 2, and I'm gonna get to the point in 24. It says, "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, and the man and his wife, and were not ashamed." Going into that joining, which that's the marriage, the act of marriage, them joining together.
Right.
All right. When you're married to somebody, you're now made one.
Right.
All right. And sex is marriage.
Right. Because, as a matter of fact, if you don't, in this day and time, if you don't consummate the marriage, you can get a divorce without any penalties. But once you consummate that marriage, the judge will ask you if you had intercourse with that woman. Then it's a whole different process that you have to go through. If you have intercourse with that woman, that man, It's a whole different process that you have to go to because now that marriage has been consummated.
Right. That was the
Stamp of approval.
The binding agreement.
Yeah.
It's a
The
blood oath.
Yeah. Sealing the deal. Now, Reed, you still got Luke 2:20.
Yeah, I'm still on that.
Yeah, go there.
Okay. Read again. Or the conceive the
2:21, and then just read down.
okay. Luke 2:21. And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child, his name was called Yahushai, which was named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb. And when the days of her purification according to the law of Moses were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
And that proved that that Yahushua was a not just a spirit as some people he was a man of flesh.
Okay.
Made, as the brother brought out in Wisdom of Solomon, by the way all men enter, all right, through sex, all right.
Right, and matter of fact, now I'm gonna jump back into the law right quick, and I'm gonna pull 2 points in the law.
Yeah, the law of purification.
Right, but before the law of purification, I'm gonna get that one, but I'm gonna start here in the act of personal uncleanliness. All right, and this is when the act of sex. All right, you have the act of sex with between a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because that's really the only sex.
Right, because when you are, and that's going to go into it, so I'll let you just read it.
God, I'll start at 16. And this is the book of Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 16, and it reads, "And if a man's seed of compilation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the eve. And every garment and every skin whereon it is the seed of compilation shall be washed with water and be unclean until the eve." Verse 18, which for a woman, now listen closely because this is part of the point. And it reads, "The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of compilation, they shall both bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the eve." All right.
Dirty bitch.
All right. Hey, we're both righteously unclean.
Unclean. That's why yeah.
You're unclean to the eve. All right, there's nothing that you are supposed to. There's no holy thing you're supposed to go and touch or anything like that. You're right. You're righteously unclean.
Proving you wouldn't, have sex on the Sabbath.
Yet again. We're not even gonna get into that one.
Because the Sabbath is a holy day. It made it keep separate.
Right. So. No, you could have sex on the Sabbath, dog. Come on, now. Ridiculous. All right. Yeah, how about Shemi Yahushai is just in all his ways, and he tells you exactly how everything's supposed to go and how he wants it to go.
Yeah. So you really supposed, on certain days, you supposed to, if you gotta, do something, shoot.
Get it in before your time.
Right.
All right.
If you gotta go meet with the brothers or whatever, we in different times,
right?
But still.
All right. But now going to the law of purification. Okay, the law of purification, and the law of purification is when a woman, all right, is fulfilling her. Is fulfilling birth. Birth or her menstrual cycle. But this is purification. Excuse me. All right. So this is going to be the book of Leviticus chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse 1, and it reads, And Yahushua spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed. There's that word again.
Yeah, you want to make it what's that? Sorry,
Leviticus 12 and 2, Salakia. It said conceived and seed.
Yeah, and it's Zerah, to sow, scatter, seed, producing, yielding seed, to be sown, to become pregnant, be made pregnant.
To become pregnant or to be made. How do you get pregnant?
It just can't happen overnight.
How is she made pregnant?
Yeah.
It happens overnight. All right. It can happen whenever two are joined together as one. All right. A man and woman are joined together as one. Therefore, it can happen at any time that the act of sex happens. All right. There is no other way. Okay, you got it, Salakia.
That was it.
All right. All right. So I'm going to start back at 2. Book of Leviticus, chapter 12, verse 2, and it reads, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed and bore a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of separation. For her infirmities shall she be unclean.
Come. And I can go back to Luke 2
Yeah,
and
I was just
21.
about to say that. Come.
Go on.
Yeah, man. You want to do the conceive out of that one?
Yep.
2 and 21 again.
Yeah, kind. This is Luke 2 and 21. It says, And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child, his name was called Yahushua.
So if Yahushua wasn't a man, why was there it? Why did he need to be? Why was that law of purification fulfilled by Mary?
God. And it goes to say right here in Leviticus chapter 12 and verse 3, and in the 8th day the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. The very law backs up the very law that is being performed by Mary and Joseph.
Right. So go ahead and finish that.
Oh, in 21?
Yeah.
I'm on 22 now.
Yeah.
This is Luke 2 and 22. And when the days of her purification according to the law of Moses was accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem and presented him to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. As it is written in the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, every male that opened the womb shall be called holy to the power Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Right. Shall be called holy to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. Every male that opened the womb. All right. Yahushai, opened the womb of Mary. All right. Through the conception and through the act of what? Father laying seed in Mary, Mary conceiving, then the act of childbirth. Now the law is being fulfilled. I'm going to read here in verse 4 in Leviticus 12 and 4, and it reads, She shall then continue in the blood of her purification 33 days. She shall touch no hollow thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purification be fulfilled. All right? So she has a period where she is to go and not leave the child, so the child, can fulfill the law on the 8th day. On the 8th day, be circumcised as the law permits. Then she has to go there out for 33 more days.
Right.
This is the very law. All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is he about man's law or is he about his law?
It's always above his law.
All right?
Alright, I got it. You good?
Yeah, that's good. Because we're talking about Yahushai, and there's different, ramifications for women being born, but,
right.
Yeah,
and that's what that goes into, right?
Yeah.
It's a longer period.
Yep.
Right? This is Galatians 4 and 4. It says, But when the fullness of time was come, the Most High sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law.
Made of a woman. Okay, so if it's made of a woman, how does a woman conceive and receive seed?
Mm-hmm.
She has to become one with that man, and that man, had to be her husband back in the day.
Okay.
All right, but to receive and conceive seed is that now the act of sex makes marriage.
Mhm.
All right, that is the consummation for marriage.
It's the real marriage.
All right, nothing else constitutes marriage. All right, you can be what is the word I'm looking for?
Paperwork.
You can have paperwork in these days.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and they look at it as a marriage.
Yeah.
All right, but it's the act of sex that really consummates the act of marriage. All right, engagements, you can be promised to somebody, but if that, even in our law, if you were promised to someone, all right, if you were promised to another man, but you were sold by your father to somebody else, it was still lawful. You just had to give that man his money back or pay him double. All right? Because that man had already paid, but the act of the consummation of the marriage wasn't even there. So if the marriage was never consummated, all right, that it was not yet signed, sealed, and delivered. All right? The goods were not there partaken apart yet, because what did we have for a token? All right? We had the cloth of her purification.
Mm-hmm.
All right? We had the cloth of her virginity, all right, that her father had for a token of her purity.
It's the evidence.
Right.
Yeah.
The evidence of her purity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, this is why it's super important to understand, the act of sex and the birth of Yahweh Shai.
Right, how it plays into
How it plays into the whole scriptures.
Mm-hmm. Come.
All right? And you can read that from the beginning again. Just make sure they hear it.
Come. Now I'm like, go to Isaiah.
Come on.
This is Galatians 4:4. It says, "But when the fullness of time was come, the Most High sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law."
It's all about the law that Yahweh Shai was made under.
Yep. To redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons.
So that we may receive the adoption of sons. All right? Under the law that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has promised and permitted unto his nation.
Right, that we could be brought back.
All right?
And then, when you go into, we brought it out at camp. When you go into, in Hebrews 9,
Yep.
right, that there needed to be a testator.
Yep.
That was Yahweh Shai in the flesh. Isaiah 7:14. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. And this is the prophecy of Mary giving birth to Yahweh Shai. All right, and in that prophecy, the word virgin is Alma, and it just means virgin, young woman of marriageable age. All right.
Young woman of marriageable age. Man, that says a lot. That means she was old enough. She's reached the age of her flower. All right. She's reached the age where she is now being able to receive and conceive seed. All right. So she has her period. She has the what do they call it? Her flower of her youth.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like in the Hebrew, paleo will be Ilama.
All right. Hey.
I know I'm saying it wrong. Ilama.
Right. Hey. It's it's super important for the understanding of the scriptures. All right, for the understanding of prophecy and the promise. All right, the promise that was bestowed upon the nation of Israel. Because if you can't understand this, hey, how are you believing on anything else that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has written unto the saints? Because essentially you don't believe on him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe that he came as a man for the nation of Israel, but the elect of the nation of Israel, starting first and foremost with the 144,000 elect men, and then the multitude of the 1/3. All right, the rest of the men, women, and children who believe upon the testimony. Okay? You got something?
Huh? No,
I thought you was holding something.
No, I was looking more in Virgin.
Okay. You want to pull Romans 1 and 2 and 3 for me?
Okay. This is Romans 1 and 2. It says, which he had promised afore by his prophets in the holy scriptures, concerning the Son of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our power, which was made in the seed of David according to the flesh.
That's what I was looking for earlier.
God.
I forgot where it was.
All right. Hey, according to the flesh. The promise of David according to the flesh. All right. According to the flesh. Read it one more time.
Come. This is Romans 1, starting 2. It says, which he had promised afore by his prophets in the holy scriptures.
Which he had promised afore by his prophets. Afore meaning before. Before time, he had promised this to his prophets to go and speak the word, to speak these promises unto the nation of Israel. Prophecy, to tell before it happens. Okay? This is the will and the purpose of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's will.
I got it for you. This is going to be for...
Yeah, you got it.
Because continuing Romans 1 and 3, concerning his son, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our power, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh.
Which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh. And as you go back into the lineage of Yahweh Shai.
And Matthew's 1.
Matthew's 1. Yeah.
What, 23?
Which is...
One on down.
The whole chapter.
All right, search the lineage, research the lineage. Hey, what do they call it? The family tree. All right, and you will see that all those men gave seed. All right, to King David, and then when King David received the promise, all those men carried that promise through their seed to get to Yahweh Shai. All right. And now the promise lies with us. The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian, as well as the speckled birds whose father's line goes back. All right, because that promise is being fulfilled with the men of the nation of Israel. The daughters received the promise through the men of the nation of Israel. All right?
Had a pre on that.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Galatians?
Galatians. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. This is Galatians 4 and 4. I'm just going to read it in NLT. It says, but when the right time came, the Most High sent his son, born of a woman subjected to the law.
Right. A right time of a woman subjected to the law. What is to be subject? All right? To be bound.
Yeah.
All right? To be held to. All right? It is a standard that is to be held to. Subjection of the law. All right? You cannot do anything against it. You are bound by that law. Okay? It is a standard that you must live by. Slocket. Gone. Hebrews 2 and 9.
Is it?
Yeah, it was 2:9. Really, we could just keep on reading from there.
This is Hebrews 2 and 9. But we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels, for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he, by the grace of the Most High, should taste death for every man.
Right, because Yahushua, was that was that lamb without blemish, as it states in the law that what we need as a peace offering, as what we need for a sacrifice, for a sin offering. Yahushua's blood fulfilled all those offerings that were needed.
Yeah. And as Paul wrote, again in I believe it's 1st or 2nd Corinthians, that there's a difference between the different flesh, between animals, between the angels and man.
God.
Verse 11. For both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren.
Right. For which shame, for he's not ashamed to call us brother. Right? Because, Yahushua, matter of fact, the scripture are going to say it. It's going to say it better than I can say it.
And again, I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which the Most High hath given me, for as much then as are the children of partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same.
Took part of the same flesh and blood. All right? He had to take part of the same flesh and blood that man took a part of.
But also out of the same lineage.
Out of the same, right.
Out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
Oh,
right?
my goodness.
An Israelite. Says that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
And who has the power of death? All right? Really, in his hand.
Right. Who's the sword? It says, what's that scripture belongs to him, the issues of death?
Right. God. Let's get that. I got it. Show. Oh, my phone's right there.
I got it. It's Psalm 68 and 20. He that is that it? He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High, unto Yahweh, the Lord, belong the issues from death.
Right. Belong the issues from death. All right, and because who's the harbinger of death?
Right.
All right, Esau, Edom.
Well, his sword.
God, his
the Most
sword.
High sword is the wicked. Psalm 17. Hebrews.
Yeah, Hebrews 2, and I think you were on 12.
Yeah. You're not on 12.
I'm on the.
You're on 15.
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
It says, and Hebrews 2 and 15, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham.
The seed of Abraham. All right, the seed of Isaac and the seed of Jacob. Saying that he took on the seed of man. All right, in which we know, if a Christian will say, well, Abraham was the father of many nations. You're absolutely right. Abraham was the father of many nations. But go back into the book of Romans, chapter 9, and I believe verse 8. All right, and it says not those who are courting. Matter of fact,
I got to show. This Revelation is not Revelation. This is Romans 9 and verse.
I think it's start at 7.
Yeah, kind of. 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham, or they are the children, but in Isaac shall their seed be called.
Right, and Isaac. Who's our forefathers? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right, and that seed that was called in Isaac was Israel.
God.
Jacob, surnamed Israel.
All right.
Continue. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, those are not the children of the Most High, but the children of the promise are accounted for the seed. For this is the word of the promise, at this time will I come, and Sarah will have a son.
Right. Hey, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai ordained that to be. Okay? It is the purpose and the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for Yahweh to send his only begotten son for his 144,000 elect men, first and foremost. All right? And then the multitude of the men, women, and children who believe upon the testimony, to bring back the rest of the nation of Israel, through the loins of the nation of Israel in the kingdom of heaven. All right? Because, sex in heaven is real. Okay?
Down.
To bring forth seed in heaven, is a promise. All right? How can you be fruitful and multiply?
Yeah.
Okay? Without, the act of marriage. All right? How can a small one become a mighty nation? All right? Without the act of marriage. How can Israel continue to be as the sand of the sea without the act of marriage? All right? You have one more on that? Did you finish 18?
No. This is Hebrews 2:17. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to the Most High, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. For in that himself hath suffered being tempted, he is able to secure them that are tempted.
Right. So, Yahweh Shai came to do it right, came to do it better, and came to bring us back. All right? Yahweh Shai's birth had to be that of a man's birth. He had to come in the flesh and be conceived by the seed of man from the lineage of David to fulfill all prophecy. Prophecy could not be performed if Yahweh Shai never came in the flesh as a man. We would still be waiting. The truth wouldn't be out here like this, like it is now. All right? Prophecy is being fulfilled, and it always has to be fulfilled for prophecy to be fulfilled. It's no private interpretation. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will always give you the answer if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. All right? You have to have the faith and the wisdom and knowledge and to study to show yourself approved for those things. Praying, fasting, and fear in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai so you can rightly divide the word of truth. All right? This is the only way that prophecy can be fulfilled. Was this major prophecy happening? We
needed it.
We had to have this happen. All right, because all other prophecies before this were fulfilled. The fulfillment of those other prophecies had to come before we actually got to this point. All right, certain other prophecies had to be fulfilled. All right, to get to this very point. We had to go in, we had to be delivered out of Egypt. All right, to be able to get to this point. All right. Abraham, where did Abraham see in the vision of his people enslaved? All right, was that talking about this captivity now? Or was that talking about the captivity in Egypt? All right, that was that captivity in Egypt. All right, as it was a what? In that time it was a prophecy. But that prophecy was fulfilled. Okay? Y'all brothers got anything else? All right. Hey, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. We want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Kadash, Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children, listen, learning, and to the Bayis Shadabadat, the house of David. Till the next time, this men of valor saying Shalom, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.
Shalom.